नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नित्यं भागवत सेवया
भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके
भगवतेरुत्तमश्लोके
भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
भक्ते भवति नैष्टकी।
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 17, Verse 8. Are you able to see my screen?
No, sir.
This is the final boarding announcement for the passengers traveling on 421 to
No,
Srimad
we can.
Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 17, Verse 80. Sorry, Verse 8.
Thank you.
न जातु कौरवेन्द्राणाम्
न जातु कौरवेन्द्राणां
दोर्दण्ड परिरम्बिते
दोर्दण्ड परिरम्भिते
परिरम्भिते
भूतले अनुपतन्त्यस्मिन्
भूतले अनुपतन्त्यस्मिन्
अनुपतन्त्यस्मिन्
विना ते प्राणिनां शुचा
विना
विना
ते
ते
प्राणिनां शुचा
प्राणिनां शुचा
न जातु कौरवेन्द्राणाम्
न जातु कौरवेन्द्राणां
दोर्दण्ड परिरम्बिते
दोर्दण्ड परिरम्भिते
भूतले अनुपतन्त्यस्मिन्
भूतले अनुपतन्त्यस्मिन्
विना ते प्राणिनां शुचा
विना ते प्राणिनां शुचा
न जातु कौरवेन्द्राणाम्
न जातु कौरवेन्द्राणां
दोर्दण्ड परिरम्बिते
दोर्दण्ड परिरम्भिते
भूतले अनुपतन्त्यस्मिन्
भूतले अनुपतन्त्यस्मिन्
विना ते प्राणिनां शुचा
विना ते प्राणिनां शुचा
प्रीतिरूपिणी
न जातु कौरवेन्द्राणां
न जातु कौरवेन्द्राणाम्
दुरन्द परिरम्भिते
दोर्दण्ड परिरम्भिते
भूतले अनुपतन्त्यस्मिन्
भूतले अनुपतन्त्यस्मिन्
विना ते प्राणिनां शुचा
विना ते प्राणिनां शुचा Anybody else? Translation purport by Divine Grace of Charanarinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
जय
Synonyms: no, not,
न not
no not
jatu at any time,
jatu
जातु at
at
any
any
time
time
Kaurava Indranam of the kings of the Kuru dynasty,
Kaurava
Kaurava
Indranam of the
kingdom
kings in the
of
Kuru
the kings in
dynasty
the Kuru dynasty
Dordhanda, strength of arms,
Dordanda
Dordanda
strength of
strength of
arms
arms
Parirambite, protected by,
Parirambhite
Parirambhite
protected by
protected by
Bhuthale, on the surface of the earth,
Bhutale
Bhutale
on the surface of the earth
of the earth.
As it was traveling with friends, being on board, all of the passengers being there, boarding passes ready for sequential boarding. Thank you.
Anupatanti, grieving,
Anupatanti
Anupatanti
grieving
grieving
Asmin, up till now,
Asmin up
Asmin
till
up
now
till now
Vina, save and accept,
Vina
Vina
save and
save
accept
Te, you,
Te
Te
you
you
Praninam of the living being,
Praninam
Pranina
of the living
the
being
living being
Sutha, tears in the eyes,
This is the final
Sutta
boarding
Sutta
tears in the
for
eyes
the
I
passengers traveling on 60 4 to 1.
Translation.
All passengers are equipped.
Now, for the first time in a kingdom,
Now for the first time in a kingdom,
well protected by the arms of the kings of the Kuru dynasty,
well protected by the arms of the kings of the Kuru
dynasty,
I see you grieving with tears in your eyes.
I see you grieving with tears in your eyes.
Up till now, no one on earth has ever shed tears because of royal negligence.
No one on earth has ever shed tears because of royal negligence.
Purport.
The protection of the lives of both the human beings and the animals is the first and foremost duty of a government. A government must not discriminate in such principles. It is simply horrible for a pure-hearted soul to see organized animal killing by the state in this age of Kali. Maharaja Parikshit was lamenting for the tears in the eyes of the bull, and he was astonished to see such an unprecedented thing in his good kingdom. Men and animals were equally protected as far as life was concerned. That is the way in God's kingdom.
Hari Om Tat Sat. ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताक स्वामिनेति नामिने. नमो आचार्यपदाय निताय कृपप्रदायिने गौरकथा धामथाय नगरग्रामतारिणे. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरिहराय नम कृष्ण यादवाय नम हरे गोपाल गोविंद राम श्रीमाधुसूदानां मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्यमेश्वरं. हरि ओम तत्सत. So it's a very beautiful purport here. Kaurava Indranam, that is of the kings of the Kuru dynasty, Parirambite, protected, Bhutale, on the surface of the earth. That means 5,000 years ago, when Parikshit Maharaj was ruling, and before him Yudhishthira Maharaj, and before him whoever the king, starting from almost Yayatiyar in the whole Kuru dynasty, they were one king for the whole Bhutale, means for the whole Bhumandal there was only one emperor, not like today. That was the monarchy time, and Kshatriya Vamsas only are authorized to rule, and they ruled based on Guru Shadwan Shastra. They followed Manu Samhita, Manu is the king. Every age will be under some Manu. Currently, we have Vaivashvata Manu, under whom's reign everything is functioning. And the Manu Samhita is supposed to be followed by different planetary in charge. So for the Bhutale, Parikshit Maharaj was in charge. He says, on the surface of the earth, there was never a living entity shed tears due to royal negligence. This is not an ordinary statement, you see. So how perfect was the kingdom? How perfect was the royal dynasty? This can only be possible when the monarchy king happens to be a Raja Rishi. It should be both the king as well as a saintly person, because he knows, if he's a saintly person, he knows the Shastra, he knows the Varnashrama Dharma, and he knows how to maintain that in the society. So this was the reign. And the first time, actually, King Parikshit, he was shocked, astonished to see tears in the eyes of the bull and the cow. In the bull in the form of Dharma, in the form of a bull, and earth in the form of a cow, was standing there, encountering Kali, the personified Kali. So not only human beings protection, the king also was in charge for the animal protection. They have never run any slaughterhouses like what we are seeing today in every country. Even in India, we have slaughterhouses. But during 5,000 years ago, if you see, the science was so advanced that there was no need to eat animals. They have sufficient grains, fruits, and all the necessaries of human life. Chaturvarna maya srishtam guna karma vipakasha. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, that there were 4 classes of men in the society that I have created based on guna and karma. Guna and karma. Guna means one who was surrendered to one of the 3 modes of material nature, Sattvagun, Rajogun, and Tamogun. These are all the 3 gunas. And every living entity is surrendered to either one of the 3 gunas or combination of these 2 gunas or 3 gunas. And based on the quality, guna means quality. So the quality to which they have surrendered, and karma means activity. Not by birth. A Brahmana's family cannot say that, okay, I am a Brahmana because I got birth in Brahmana family. That was not allowed. Guna karma vibhakasha. The distinction is based on their quality and their activity. It is very clearly said. Okay. If one acts in the ignorance, how can he be called a Brahmana, though he would have got birth in the Brahmana family? So the Brahmana, Vaishya, Sudra, and Kshatriya, they are not caste actually. They are different classes in the society. There was no caste system. There was only classes which are created by God or Krishna. And they voluntarily surrender to a combination of certain mode of nature according to their own, with a sweet free will, and they perform their activity. So that is where the 4 classes of men in the society is. One is intelligent class, which is called Brahmanas. Next is administrative class or the politician, which is called Kshatriya. Third is businessman, which is called Vaishya. And fourth is labor class, which is called Shudra. Today also, you can see whether it is US or India, doesn't matter. Everybody will fall into one of the 4 category only, because these are only 4 classes of the human society Krishna has created. So whether they know the name or not, but everyone will fall under one of these 4. Anywhere in the world, you can see even today. But the style of working is changed. And say, for example, businessmen, they're called Vaishyas. They're supposed to protect cows. One of the most important duty of the Vaishyas is to protect cows. Second important duty is to produce grain for all the living entities in the world. These are all the 2 duties of businessmen. And they do trading. That is the thing that they do. But nowadays, this Varnashrama Dharma is, not apparently it seems to be lost, though they will all fall under one of the category. Srila Vyasadeva said, Kalu Shudra Sambhava. In the Kali Yuga, everybody is born a Shudra. Shudra means labor class. So they are not intelligent. Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhakyahi Upadrataha. In Kali Yuga, you will have poor fund of knowledge, poor fund of memory, poor fund of fortune, and Upadrataha always disturbed. This is the symptom of Kali. What is the symptom of Kali? The first symptom is separation in the house. Between husband and wife, there will be quarrel. Between friends, there will be quarrel. Within the family, there will be quarrel. Within the society, there will be quarrel. Amongst the countries, there will be war for small misunderstanding, big wars. These are all the symptom of Kali. Why this symptom of Kali comes like this? Because of the opinions are not standardized. Nobody follows the Shastra, Guru and Sadhu. And whimsically, whatever they speculate in their mind, whatever they think, they concoct their own religion, which is not at all a standard set by the Shastras. So this kind of differences comes and they fight for small misunderstanding. And in this Kali Yuga, Krishna says that Yuga Yugam Dharmasya Glanir Bhavatu Bharata Abhyuddhananda Dharmasya Tadatmanam Sajamyaham. He comes in every millennium. Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Chadushkritam Dharma Samsthapanarthaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. In order to re-establish the lost Dharma in a particular age. Age means Yuga, Chatur Yuga. Satyuga comprises of Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. We are in Kali Yuga. And in each Yuga, not the same Dharma is applicable because the Yugas are degrading. Where as it degrades, men loses their capacity, their lifespan, their intelligence, everything. So they won't be able to perform a higher level of yajna, higher level of sacrifices, higher level of realization process to achieve the goal of life. That is why at different ages, there are different dharmas. Occupational duties are different. In Satyuga, it was meditation because people's mind were pure. They were living for 100,000 years and they were able to meditate. In mind, they can create the deity. They create the form of Krishna and meditate upon him. That was the process in the Satyuga. Then comes Treta Yuga, wherein they could not meditate, their lifespan cut by 1 digit. From 1 lakh, they lived only for 10,000 years. And the sacrifices, yajna was proposed in that particular age. And then comes Dwapara Yuga. So in the Dwapara Yuga, temple worship was introduced. That was the dharma for the Dwapara Yuga. And in this Kali Yuga, the lifespan is maximum 100 years. Prane Alpayusha Sabya. Alpayusha means very short lifespan. Why the duration of life is shortened to men in Kali Yuga? The reason is protection to child, old people, women, children. These 4 are missing. In whichever age these 4 protections are not given, the lifespan will be reducing. This is the Shastri's quoting. And this is also the history. We have the evidential history. In Satyuga, people lived for 1 lakh years. In the Treta Yuga, they lived for 10,000 years. In Dwapara Yuga, they lived for 1,000 years. And in Kali Yuga, they live for maximum 100 years because the protection to women, children, and old age and cows. These 4 are most important aspect of human life. Anywhere, if these 4 are taken care of, government's duty is to take care. Kshatriya's duty is to protect them. So if this is taken care of, then the lifespan will automatically increase. Not by yogic process or your, pressing the nose, you cannot expand or extend your lifespan. Lifespan can be extended by following the Shastra. Manu Samhita is there. So women, children, cows, and old people should be protected. If this protection is given in any society, that society you will find they will flourish in all ways and they will be very happy and they will have a very long and prosperous life. That's not existing in Kali Yuga. Even parents are sent to old age homes by the children. Children are not protected. They have threat. They have been killed in the womb itself, abortion. And cows are running in slaughterhouses. How you will expect a peace and prosperity in such a society? And they speak of one home, one human form, one unity. How can there will be one unity when we don't treat cows also as our cow is called one of the mother? She gives milk. We are sucking the milk and cutting the throat. And how can you expect a very happy and prosperous life and peaceful? It is impossible. Shastra says very clearly. So we need to see practically, scientifically, not sentimentally or so-called concocted religiously. These are all science and there are methods. So in Kali Yuga, what is the dharma? Because nobody can follow. Varnashrama dharma is also lost. No dharmas. So what is the Kali Yuga dharma? So Kalotat Hari Kirtanat. In the Kali Yuga, there is only one dharma suggested. Harirnama, Harirnama, Harirnama Iva Kevalam, Kale Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gadinanyata. Chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is very simple chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And this is the only way in Kali Yuga. There's no other way, no other way, no other way. 3 times repeated in the Shastras. Why 3 times repeated? Because through Karma Kanda you cannot achieve, through Jnana Kanda you can achieve, and through yogic processes of Ashtanga Siddhi Yoga you cannot achieve in Kali Yuga. So the only way is Kalo Tat Hari Kirtana. Chanting the holy name of the Lord is the only remedy for the Kali Yuga. So if you chant Hare Krishna, what happens is, and there is no rules and regulation for chanting Hare Krishna. Tatrarpita niyamita smaranena kalaha. There's no rules. Anybody, anywhere, anytime can chant Hare Krishna. And when you chant Hare Krishna, what happens is Kali gets burning and he runs away from your life. And when Kali is away, then automatically you will have integrity, you will have peacefulness, you will have happiness. You can experience what is real happiness. Absence of misery is not happiness. Happiness is something positive. Okay, absence of suffering is not happiness. It's not neutral. Happiness is something positive. It is activity. We can experience that if we follow the Yuga Dharma. So in this Kali Yuga, when we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, then you will feel what is real happiness. And the cows also will become happy. Animals, birds, beasts, anybody who hears this vibration, transcendental sound vibration of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. They all will become automatically happy and it will nullify all the sinful reactions and eradicate the Kali. Kale nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gadiranyata. There's no other way, no other way, no other way to eradicate Kali. So we'll go to the next verse. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 17, verse 9. Ma saurabe yatra sucho.
Ma saurabe yatra sucho.
Yetu te vrishalat bayam.
Yetu te vishalat bhayam.
Marode ramba bhadram te.
Marodhyamba bhadram te.
Khalanam mai sastari.
Khalanamai shastari.
Ma saurabe yatra sucho.
Ma saurabe yatra sucho.
Yetu te vrishalat bayam.
Yetu te vishalat bhayam.
Marode amba bhadram te.
Marodhyamba bhadram te.
Khalanamai shastari.
Khalanamai shastari.
Ma saurabhe yatra sucho.
Ma saurabe yatra sucho.
Yetu te vrishalat bayam.
Yetu te vishalat bhayam.
Marode ramba bhadram te.
Marodhyamba bhadram te.
Khalanamai shastari.
Khalanamai shastari.
Anybody else?
Ma saurabhe yatra sucho.
Masaurabheyatra sucho.
Tu te vrashaladhayam.
Vyetu te
Vrishaladhayam.
vrishaladhayam.
Marodhiramba bhadram te.
Marodhiramba bhadram te.
Khalanam mahishastari.
Khalanam mahishastari.
Masaurabheyatra sucho.
Masaurabheyatra sucho.
Vyatu te brishaladbhayam.
Vyetu te vrishaladhayam.
Marodri amba bhadram te.
Marodhiramba bhadram te.
Khalanam mahishastari.
Khalanam mahishastari.
Masaurabheyatra sucho.
Masaurabheyatra sucho.
Vyetu te vrishaladhayam.
Vyetu te vrishaladhayam.
Marodhiramba bhadram te.
Marodhiramba bhadram te.
Khalanam mahishastari.
Khalanam mahishastari. Synonyms. Ma, do not.
Ma, do not.
Saurabheya, O son of Surabhi.
Saurabheya, O son of Surabhi.
Atra, in my kingdom.
Atra, in my kingdom.
Sucha, lamentation.
Sucha, lamentation.
Yetu, let there be.
Vetu, let there be.
Te, your.
Te, your.
Vrishalat, by the Sudra.
Vrishalat, by the Sudra.
Bhayam, cause of fear.
Bhayam, cause of fear.
Ma, do not.
Ma, do not.
Rodhi, cry.
Rodhi, cry.
Amba, mother cow.
Amba, mother cow.
Bhadram, all good.
Bhadram, all good.
Te, unto you.
Te, unto you.
Khalanam, of the envious.
Khalanam, of the envious.
Mai, while I am living.
Mai, then while I am living.
Shastari, the ruler or subduer.
Shastari, the ruler or subduer.
Translation, please repeat after me. O son of Surabhi.
O son of Surabhi.
You need lament no longer now.
You need lament no longer now.
There is no need to fear this low-class Sudra.
There is no need to fear this low-class Sudra.
And O mother cow.
And O mother
cow.
As long as I am living as the ruler and subduer of all envious men.
As long as I am living as the ruler of all envious men.
There is no cause for you to cry.
There is no cause for you to cry.
Everything will be good for you.
Everything will be good for you.
Purport.
Protection of bulls and cows and all other animals can be possible only when there is a state ruled by an executive head like Maharaja Parikshit. Maharaja Parikshit addresses the cow as mother, for he is a cultured, twice-born Kshatriya king. Surabhi is the name of the cows which exist in the spiritual planets and are specially reared by Lord Krishna himself. As men are made after the form of and features of the Supreme Lord, so also the cows are made after the form and features of the Surabhi cows in the spiritual kingdom. In the material world, the human society gives all protection to the human being, but there is no law to protect the descendants of Surabhi, who can give all protection to men by supplying the miracle food, milk. But Maharaja Parikshit and the Pandavas were fully conscious of the importance of the cow and bull, and they were prepared to punish the cow killer with all chastisement, including death. There has been there has sometimes been hesitation for the protection of the cow, but for want of pious executive heads and suitable laws, the cow and the bull are not given protection. The human society should recognize the importance of the cow and the bull and thus gives all protection to these important animals following in the footsteps of Maharaja Parikshit. For protecting the cows and Brahminical culture, the Lord, who is very kind to the cow and the Brahmanas, Go Brahmana Hitaya, will be pleased with us and will bestow upon us real peace.
Hari Om Tat Sat. So it's almost a self-explanatory purport here. Parikshit Maharaj, he was the emperor of the world 5,000 years ago. At that time, even one cow and one bull was getting hurt, king was present there. You see, this is called ruling. And immediately he is there to protect. Even animals, they don't need to fear when there is a good king, a good monarch. What do you mean by good king or good monarch? One who is saintly. Parikshit Maharaj is born a devotee. His birth was wonderful. His activities were wonderful. His death was also wonderful. Not only that, he has saved all those who were been living during his reign, but also he saved us by giving this Srimad Bhagavatam, the future life. This is called a king. Kingly order does not mean only during his time people will be saved. Parikshit Maharaj is such an exemplary example that nobody has ever stood by equal to him. He is unprecedented and is uncomparable. Even a single cow could not get hurt in his reign. He has reinstated all the four legs of the bull, that is Dharma, and cow was also fully protected in his reign, and Kali was not allowed to enter at all in his reign. And for the future of the Kali Yuga, where we are living in a very precarious status, for us also, he has given the Bhagavata Shravana. So this is the beauty of the king. So Parikshit Maharaj is such an exemplary king that we cannot compare him with anybody. And he is a twice-born Kshatriya king, or we can say Raja Rishi. Raja means king and Rishi means saint. So he is also both the, like Janak Maharaj is a Raja Rishi, Yudhishthira Maharaj is a Raja Rishi. So he is saintly kings. We have Deva Rishi. Amongst demigods, the Rishi, saintly person is Narad Muni, Deva Rishi, Narad Muni. Similarly, amongst a king, those who are saint, those who are saint means devotee, you must understand. Saint is not Muni. You must understand the difference between Muni and devotee. Okay, so we heard so many Muni, Vishwamitra Muni, Durvasa Muni, and so on. But devotees are those who worship Lord Krishna, who are Vaishnavas, and Paradukha Dukhi, who cannot tolerate others' suffering. On the other hand, Muni, when he gets angry, he curses to incur suffering into the living entity. But a Vaishnava, even if he curses, it will not incur any suffering in the living entity, like Narad Muni did for the Yamalarjuna trees, Kubera's sons, Nalakriva and Manigriva. So when the Vaishnava, they are really saintly, whether they are saint among demigod or saint among king, it doesn't matter. They don't even tolerate hurting a cow, an animal also. So that is the saint. So saint means devotee or sadhu. So devotee means paradukha dukhi, who is, they have no suffering for themselves. They will suffer looking at others' suffering. That is only their suffering. So they want to mitigate the others' suffering. So they are always working for the total welfare of all living entities, not only human being. So propagating this holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna Mantra, all over the world. Why? Because that is a Yuga Dharma. Through this only one can be saved. Bhagavata Dharma. Prabhupada has written, translated, and distributed all around the world. Why they are doing this? Paradukha Dukhi. They cannot tolerate others' suffering. And they know the solution how to remove their suffering, how to protect them. So Parikshit Maharaj has given this, Parikshit Maharaj's death has given us this Srimad Bhagavatam, and this is propagated all over the world. Hearing and reading and talking is a bhakti yoga, devotional service to Krishna. So this is the only way. Through only pure, unalloyed, loving devotional service, we can save ourselves and others. And by chanting the holy name, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. So these are all the purport of the verses where Parikshit Maharaj was a very qualified Kshatriya king, twice born Kshatriya, a king and a saintly person. And he was capable to see that not even an animal shed a tear. No living entity will shed tear during his reign out of royal negligence. This is a very beautiful and amazing statement. In the history, we have seen this. This is not a story. This is a history that we have in Bharatavarsha, you see. But now, unfortunately, Kali has evaded everywhere. And everywhere people are suffering. Ubhadrataha, they are all getting disturbed. And so, we have to very seriously take to this Krishna consciousness movement and spread these glories of Hare Krishna and chanting of the holy name to one and all in all the nook and corner of the world. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments or realization, please do share with us. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much for the association. So we'll resume our class tomorrow morning at 7:30. Till then, Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Padita Pawan Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
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 Vaishnav Pranam. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय गुरु महाराज।